Hey everyone, welcome back to another Painting with Jay. As always, my name is Jay. Surprise. Yes. As always, we will be painting today. I will be working on my Necrons. I'm in my final two models with my Necrons. An Overlord and that new jump pack Cryptek from ForgeBane. So, I'm just going to my face because it's itchy. And I got a bit of a faux hawk thing going on. I don't get it either. That's okay. But yeah, so today I'll be working on those last two models. They should be done this week, and then I'm done Necrons. So starting as of next week, I will probably be on my next army. And we'll see what that is going to be. So today I'm going to paint, we're going to talk, we're going to enjoy. Let's wear a world of unpainted models. As always, Adam, you missed a spot, and a huge happy birthday, Patrick Dubois. And congratulations, Cody Eber. So, let's get started on this week's Painting with Jay. Yes. So hey everyone, today I will be working on this Overlord. As you can see, I've been having fun. I actually did a review video recently. It should be up in the next, probably by the time this video is up or shortly afterwards, of Steinores metal primer. I really wanted to show off that metal primer, so I did a quick video of it. This was the model from it, and then I hit it with, what color did I hit it with? Nebula Copper, the color shifting paint from Green Stuff World. I'm doing a video on that one, those paints as well in the near future. So yeah, he's been painted. I'm just cleaning up the metallics. So a quick dry brush of some silvers on the two models, and I'm doing the other model in two pieces because, as you can see, I really wanted to do the cool color shifting. This one I used, it wasn't Toxic Purple, it was Celestial Azure. And see, as you can see, it shifts from purple to blue. And then on the inside one, same thing, a different color though, purple to blue. So I really wanted to do that, so I just decided it was easier to paint in two parts. Yep, so today I'm going to start off with painting some Iron Breaker. Just do a quick dry brush of Iron Breaker across the models, bring out the metallics, and then hit it with a very light coat of Runefang Steel. Yeah. And there was an earwig on my paintbrush thing. Oh. Yep, so we'll start talking, just see how the things are going. Talk about my life in general. Let's get that, just work the workstation a little more comfortable. I've been rearranging stuff. But yeah, so life's good. You know, I've been putting out a couple of videos lately. There's been a few videos. And this will be, you know, the third or fourth video this month. I'm doing a few review videos over the next few weeks on a few metallic paint products. One of which is Metal Primer by Steinores. One is, so Badger, right? Steinores Metallic Primer, Metal Primer. That's one product. The next one I want to do is on the Chameleon Color Shifting Paints by, is this paint? What paint am I using? Still, I got the weird impression that I'm using the wrong color. But no, I think this is it. I just don't like the coloration. And my dog is barking at no one. Spock is silly. Yep, there he goes again. Let me try that again. Yeah, guys, I think I was using Lead Belcher instead of Iron Breaker. Maybe? I don't know. That's okay. It is summer. We are in the dog days of summer. It is warm out. I'm in Canada, of course. But it's been a good summer so far. I've been really enjoying, I'd say relaxing, but I really haven't had the opportunity lately. I've been working a lot. My new job location that I'm at for months now, really, the hours are getting really lengthy in the summertime. That I've been, you know, because a lot of people are on vacation. So I've been working a lot of weekends and such. it's been busy. In my free time, I've been going to the summer concert series for Peterborough. We have the Peterborough Music Fest, and I've been talking about that every year. This year's lineup is actually really good. I don't know if I'm going to go to this week's concert just because I'm busy tomorrow, but I'm kind of debating whether or not I should. It's going to be a fun concert. It's Flock of Seagulls, the old 80s band that sung I Ran. So that's it too, though. They really do bring a lot. Actually, this year they have got a lot of current bands. I do give them props on that. There are a bunch of current bands, but there are also a lot of like 80s bands, and the next couple are 80s bands. Like the opener of Music Fest this year was Starship, as in, you know, like Jefferson Starship. Before that was Jefferson Airplane. Now I do have to say I use that loosely because those of you know, again, I'm a little bit of an older generation. Starship and Jefferson Starship was kind of a spin-off band from Jefferson Airplane. It wasn't the same 5 or 6 people, 5 people, depending on how you count it, 5 or 6 people. It was most of the band members. Like Ray Slick was behind it, and they switched names, and they essentially broke into 2 different bands. And then eventually a bunch of members left. But they changed their name just to Starship. I think it was to avoid a lawsuit or something like that. There was something about the name. So they changed their name to Starship from Jefferson Starship. And then so there. Now the band that I saw at Peterborough Music Fest this week, perfect. The band I saw at Peterborough Music Fest really isn't really the band, right? It's one member of Starship, right? The members of Starship have changed over so many times. It's like if anybody, like right now Evanescence is touring again, and Evanescence is just Amy Lee. Starship is just the lead singer. If you ever see like Vertical Horizon, my favorite band, that's just Matt Scannell. You know, which is when the lead singer keeps the band going as a front runner, and everyone else just kind of falls by the wayside a bunch of times over. And that's what kind of, it was fun. Like, it was a fun concert. Starship was good, but they brought in a lead singer woman. She was kind of young. She was only 23 or 4. So obviously she wasn't even alive when Jefferson Starship was popular, and she wasn't even alive, obviously, when Jefferson Airplane. So it was kind of that weird situation. She's singing songs from the psychedelic era of the 60s, and even the 80s songs she wasn't alive for. Right? She's born in mid-90s. So she was not... I just noticed there's a huge paint spill. She wasn't even alive when they were popular in the 80s, so it was kind of funny. And I'm like, all right. And you're just seeing one member. But it was cool. It was cool. It was a fun concert. So now that Ironbreaker's done, I'm going to take Runefang Steel, repeat this process. A very light dry brush, get the silvers done, and then I'll start on the golds. After the golds will be the black areas, as I've done for my standard Necron color scheme. And get these 2 done. As I said, they're not going to be 2 very complicated models. I will be busy this week. But it's going to be fun. So yeah, that was the first band. I liked them. They were fun. Again, free concert. It's a free concert series. I have to reiterate that. It's free. Right? You can't really get... upset by that. It's a free concert series. But the next couple bands were actually really awesome. They're 2 really good Canadian bands. An alt-rock band called the Trews. For those of you who know them, look them up on YouTube. They're really good. The Trews, it's spelled T-R-E-W-S. The Trews. They're from Newfoundland originally. And they're really awesome. They put on a great concert. Really good concert. I they rocked the stage. It was awesome. And I've been a fan of theirs for a while. So that was really good. And then the next band that came was Magic. And it's spelled magic with an exclamation mark. But they sing the song Rude. If you look it up, you'll know their song in a second. It's a reggae pop band, originally based out of Toronto. But now they all live in LA, because that's where they write music with a lot of other artists. Yeah, so they were really good too. Again, I've been a fan of their music for a while. You know, it's just reggae. It's just such a summer sound, you know? It's certain sounds you just associate with certain seasons, I find, and reggae is one of those really summery sounds. It's always warm, and it feels like warm and tropical, you know? So it was a good concert. And then this week is Flock of Seagulls. And I forget who's playing on Saturday. So a synth, like an 80s synth keyboardist guy. I may not see the next couple. We'll see. You know, I'm going to see if I can make it to Flock of Seagulls. I'm not really that interested in the 80s synth guy. But that's okay. As I said, there's so many bands. There's 2 concerts every week for the whole summer. And it goes until the end of August. It's pretty sweet. And there's some other bands I really want to see. Winter Sleep, which is an indie group. I think they're originally from I think they're from Newfoundland or Nova Scotia as well. Could be wrong. They're really awesome. I know my friend Dave and I like their sound. And who else am I really looking forward to? There's a couple country bands that my girlfriend's really looking forward to. Terry Clark, an old 90s country artist, Canadian, and one's called Tebe. He's a country artist, and the Reclaws, a brother-sister Canadian country artist. So that'll be good. Who else? There was Alan Doyle. Alan Doyle I'm really looking forward to. Alan Doyle is the former lead singer. He's of 2 bands. Obviously, if you're Canadian, you know Great Big Sea. Great Big Sea is they're from Newfoundland, and they are one of Canada's, most fun bands. They're always known for their party, songs, or their sailor songs. Most of their songs are about drinking, to be honest. Most of their songs are about drinking. I'm going to take now just some Brass Scorpion, and I'm going to continue to paint. But, and get this guy done with the Brass Scorpion. As you can see, I've already started on certain areas of him. But he's awesome. He was also in a band. So Great Big Sea, he was the lead singer of Great Big Sea. There were really 4 members of Great Big Sea. Him and Sean McCann, the Shanty Man, sang all the songs. But they were known for their 4-part harmonies. Their bass player used to be actually a random fact. Their bass player used to be a member of a band called, what was their name? An a cappella group. I'm going to have to remember that after. Oh, see, I started a random fact and I couldn't finish it. Adam? You missed a spot. Moxie Fruvis. There we go. Moxie Fruvis was the name of the band. They sang that song, Once I Was the King of Spain. Really random. But back to Alan Doyle. Sorry. Great Big Sea kind of broke up a while ago. And so now he just tours. He sings some Great Big Sea songs, some of his own songs. So I find about a third of his set list is usually Great Big Sea songs. So that'll be good. Good concert. Yeah, that should be a good concert. Big Wreck. Again, another Canadian rock band. They're going to be really awesome. Look at them. That's awesome. 1 Brass Scorpion done. Two Brass Scorpion. Ha ha ha. This guy. Let's do this Brass Scorpion here. As I said, I'm kind of just winging my color scheme with these guys, but it's pretty much my standard color scheme, I think. But I've been slightly tweaking it for the last couple squads. There's the mailman. Today's my day off. I worked the weekend, so I got a day off the following week. That's cool. I've had a productive day. Did a garbage run, got some stuff, some waste gone. I made that part metallic too. Yeah. Why not? I'm taking my girlfriend for a birthday present. She knows about this. I had to tell her because otherwise she'd buy tickets for herself. I'm taking her to a favorite band soon. Zac Brown Band. Country artist. Now, the funniest thing is, I really thought the concert was going to sell out quickly, and it did. Like, the good tickets sold out quickly. The other tickets didn't. So I could have bought, like, not so good nosebleed section tickets, and I'd still be able to buy them today for, like, $10 American. But I wanted to get good tickets. It's her birthday gift. She's always wanted to see Zac Brown Band. And, again, like, it's you know, I don't want to quote, you know, John from Jurassic Park, you don't want to spare no expense. Spare no expense. Spare no expense. So I wanted to get good tickets for this concert, right? Because again, they come to town once a year at most. So they usually come to Toronto once every other year, kind of thing. Sometimes once every year, but it's usually once every other year. And she's always wanted to see them, so it'd be a cool thing to do. And so I bought good tickets, pretty good tickets. They're floor seats, and they're a pretty good spot. But to get these tickets, they opened to the Zac Brown Band fan club a whole, like, almost a week. It was like 5 or 6 days before the public. And I was concerned that they were going to sell out, right? Again, the good tickets, not the... I figured the bad tickets might not sell out as fast, but that's okay. I don't want the bad tickets. So I'm just going to refill my palette. Do a little more Brass Scorpion. I hope some people in the comment section are singing Once I Was the King of Spain. Now I eat humble pie. See, I'd play the song right now, but I'm not getting any copyright trouble. I know someone would report me. And as I said, happy birthday to my homie, my friend, Patrick Dubois. It's his birthday today. There have been a few birthdays lately. I should just start happy birthday, wishing people happy birthdays in my videos. What else? This guy looked cool in the end. He's going to have a lot of gold, I find. I'm just based on to match my other models of the similar color scheme. He's going to end up with a lot of gold on him. That's okay. Yeah. You can see he's coming along. But yeah, it's where was I? Oh yeah, so I had to become a member of the I had to pay to become a member of the Zac Brown Band family fan club. called the Zamily. And I haven't used any other perk. Other than getting early access. Now I'm glad I did. And I was right. In the end, the good seats did sell out before it went public. The one, like my section, was sold out before it went public, and then all that's currently left are a bunch of scalpers, which I do not like rewarding scalpers. Not the biggest fan. You know, I understand if you buy tickets to a concert or a sporting event and you realize afterwards you can't go, things come up, obviously. Concerts are booked so far in advance. That makes sense. Okay, and you have to sell your tickets. Okay, go on StubHub. Vivid Seats. Sell your tickets. Feel free to make a few dollars. But I hate it when, again, scalpers, all they do is buy up all the good tickets, and then within 3 minutes they have the very first night that the tickets went on sale to the Zamily members, there were, what, over, thousands of tickets already on StubHub and Vivid Seats. So there we go. Thousands. And for each one of those people, 1/4, it's usually because it's like 4 tickets per person max. Of course, they probably have multiple accounts, and then they just, But I might do that head metallic. I don't know yet. I think it might be white. Maybe I'll do white, because there's a lot of metallic on the face. Yeah, I'll do white on the face. So you can see here, I'm doing it in 2 parts. This part, I'm just going to go off my brush for a second. And then once the bottom part is done, I might paint this guy entirely separate and then glue him to the top part here. Get that done. I love these color shifting paints. But yeah, I'll do an airbrush of here, some OSL, and then put them together. So it won't be that hard of a model left, for all my colors left to paint. Yeah. What else is new and exciting? World Cup. Haven't really watched it, to be honest. I'm keeping up. Game's going to start soon between Belgium and France, I believe. Could be wrong. I think it's Belgium versus France. And apparently, a lot of people believe whoever wins this game will probably win the World Cup, but you never know. Anything can happen, right? England, and it took me a while to figure out the "It's Coming Home" obsession online. It's like the new meme, "It's Coming Home" songs. It's an old soccer song, and people are putting like random videotapes to it. So, but that's cool. I'm not the biggest World Cup fan. Obviously, I know a lot of my viewers are, and that's awesome. It's a really cool sporting event. I just haven't had the chance. I've been really busy this year. And also, like, I'm Irish and Canadian. Neither of those countries really have skin in the game. Yeah. But it's cool. I'm watching a bit of the Blue Jays. But, oh my goodness, Blue Jays, they are not playing well. Well, they're not bad. They're not a terrible team this year. They're not terrible. That's the thing, though. But they're one of these teams that's in between. They're hovering around 500. They're always give or take 2 or 3 games below 500. We were above 500 for a while, then we fell. The problem is the Red Sox, the Yankees, the Astros, and the Mariners, 4 teams who are between 2 different divisions, are killing it. They're all like 17, 18, 20 games above even. So the problems with that is 2 of them are going to make the playoffs, and then the other 2 are going to get the wild card spot. And no other team, even if you're above 500, now it used to be like if you're an above 500 team, you had a shot at getting into the playoffs. Not anymore. With these 4 teams, right now, unless one of them has like a major meltdown, they're going to be the 4 teams in the playoffs. 2 of them are going to make the playoffs. 2 of them are going to make the wild card team and probably end up playing. Whoever does better. Obviously, projection-wise, it looks like it's going to be whoever does better between the Yankees and the Red Sox. But obviously, the Astros and the Mariners can catch up and be that team as well. So it's really like the 4 teams are going to end up being... the two teams that come in you know, second in their divisions are going to end up being the wildcard teams that win and then have to face each other in a one-game playoff, which is crazy. And then the winner of that series has to play the best team. So, yeah, there's not really a chance for the Jays. So the Jays have started to disassemble their team, but the only problem is anybody worth trading is also pretty much injured, other than J-Hat. And I was really happy that J-Hat made the All-Star game. Number one, the Blue Jays actually have somebody on the All-Star game. And two, that J-Hat made it. He really has played really well for the last few years. He's an older pitcher, and he's never made the All-Star game, so I'm really happy for him. Yeah, I'm really happy for him. I'm just doing a quick... Perfect. He's done. So I'll start doing a shade. And the shade will take a long time to dry, unfortunately. We're in the hot, humid days of summer. And I do find that it takes a good... Like this, these shades that I'm going to apply in a second won't dry by the end of this video. They're not going to be dry. Also, I lost my paintbrush cover thingy. Paintbrush cover thingy. Where did you go? Today's video brought to you by Jay's paintbrush cover thingy. Covering Jay's paintbrush until 2008 when he lost it. I probably dropped it on the ground. I had someone yesterday tell me I have a voice for radio. Now, if someone tells me I have a voice for radio, I typically make the same joke. I'm like, I've also been told I have a face for radio. Alright, I'm going to give up looking in a second. I'll find it after this video. But that really annoys me, because I like putting away my brushes now. Whenever I'm done using them, I like to put them away. At least my good brushes. These are one of my Sable ones. And... well, don't know where that went. Problem is it's clear. What does Jay do at home? Looks for paintbrush cover things. You know what I'm talking about, those little clear tube things that cover the paintbrush. Oops. Move my camera. That's okay. Alright, I'm going to give up looking. That was fun. I guess I missed a spot. No, really, I just missed the looking thing. So I'm going to put that brush over there, keep it safe, until I can find the cover thingy a little bit later. So let's take a shade. I'm just going to reconfigure my camera here. Right there was where I was painting. Perfect. And let's hit these areas with a shade. I'm going to use Agrax Earth Shade as my shade for brass and my golds. And so, as I said, this shade will not dry by the time we're done this video, which is okay. You know, I'm going to paint for another 15-20 minutes. So, in essence, I'm just going to not really just finish up this color, but I'll switch areas and go from there. You know, just... You know, once I was the king of Spain. Now I eat humble pie. I think that's going to be the name of this week's episode. Once I was the king of Spain. Now I eat humble pie. What else? There was that huge rescue mission, which was a success today in Thailand. Those little boys that were on a soccer team and they got stuck in a cave. I'm really happy to hear that they all came out alive. It was really random that one of the guys doing the Survivor mission died. He, an ex-Thai Navy SEAL, died while just preparing for he was doing some preliminary stuff to set up the mission in the caves and to map it out and stuff, and he died. Yeah, it was crazy. I am expecting a movie to be eventually made of this. You know, it's the stuff that movies are made of, especially the fact that in the end, all the boys and the coach survived. That's movie magic, you know. It's a very good story. Honestly, I didn't know if they would all survive, obviously, and neither did anybody else. And but they got better each day that they went down and were able to grab them. It was faster and faster, more successful, more efficient. So that's awesome. You know, you got to give props to this. It was several countries were involved, and in the end, a dozen young kids survived, and a coach. You know, it's really cool. You know, in Canada, unfortunately, we are about to start a trial. And this is kind of the other sad note of coach and kids. But there was a really big tragedy. You know, there are sports tragedies every now and then where a whole team has a tragedy. Like there, you know, it's happened in football, it's happened in baseball, it happened in hockey. A minor league team was involved in a bus crash, a bus accident, earlier this year in the winter. And unfortunately, more than half the people involved in the accident died. A transport truck ran a yield and hit a school bus, not school bus, a tour bus containing a hockey team. And, you know, the coach died, the manager died, a good chunk of the team died, the publicist died, the statistician died, a lot of people. And I kind of knew in the back of my mind that they were going to do a very lengthy investigation. And when we kind of forgot about this, now this was the Humboldt Broncos, for those of you who are wondering, it's a hockey team, Humboldt Broncos. Now, this has happened once before in Canadian hockey history, and the random fact about this story is that the last team that happened to it, I believe Paul Coffey used to play for that team, or Scott Niedermayer, Paul, or both of them, was also known as the Broncos. It was a different city. It wasn't Humboldt, Saskatchewan, but it was the Broncos as well. So apparently they should stop naming teams the Broncos. So they did an investigation for the last 6 months. It happened about 6 months ago. And again, this is a huge tragedy in Canada because, or even in the world, but in Canada, a lot of people, I don't play hockey. I couldn't find skates in my size when I was a kid. I was in men's, by the time I was 15, I was in men's 16 shoes. That's a different story. But I know so many people that are close to me who have their kids. My nephew plays hockey. My niece played hockey 1 year. She doesn't anymore. But everyone has friends and family that plays hockey. And you can't imagine, your kids just all these kind of tragedies. They do happen. And so now the investigation's done, and they're hitting the driver of the transport truck is going to be hit with a lot of charges, and if he's found guilty, he will be going away for many, many years. Unfortunately, and obviously, it's one of those situations where no matter what happens, no one will all be happy because there's loss of life. And so many lives have been ruined or, negatively affected by this situation. And even some argue that guy who drove the transport truck, now it turned out he ended up being a newbie. He wasn't an experienced driver. He'd only been driving on his own for 2 weeks. Maybe he shouldn't have been driving in that area. But it's tough. And so no matter what happens, this guy's either going to go away for a long time, and his life is ruined. He accidentally killed 24 people. Or he's going to not go away and people are going to be upset. So, yeah, that's my end of that spiel. But it's unfortunate. And every time that there's loss of life. I just found another model. I don't know if I'm going to paint. I'm going to keep this one this is Josh's paint job. I'm going to keep it. One squad of scarabs are going to be Josh's color scheme. Thank you, Josh, for being so awesome. So, while that's drying, I'm going to paint some of the blacker areas on the model with gray liner. It's my favorite black substitute. And especially because this part right here, I can paint, you know, the whole black area without worrying about affecting the shade. And I'm definitely not going to be highlighting over it because there's no silver used. Oh, I really should have used, you know what, I might quickly go back and paint the little crack areas, the little cracks. Yeah, I'll do that as well. But yeah. So it's really nice to hear of people surviving and some triumph, you know. The news has been really sad lately, to be honest. I try not to watch the news as much as I used to, because it's just a good way to get yourself in a funk, you know. Yeah. There we go. I am happy. These are my last two Necron models that I'm painting. And after that, I am turning my attention to, I don't know, another army. I've done my terrain, as you saw by my terrain showcase video that I showed about my terrain from Death Ray Designs. Definitely go check out Death Ray Designs. They are an awesome painting studio, terrain making studio. And I'm going to do another army soon. I'm thinking, you are my insiders, of course, because you paint with me. I'm thinking Imperial Knights, because I still have my Forgebane sets to paint with my two, you know, smaller knights, and I have my, I bought the set with two knights as well. I didn't end up buying the larger knight, and I will eventually, maybe. I am seeing it's quite competitive in combination with certain armies, but it's not really my priority right now. To be honest, I'm trying not to buy models because, let's face it, I have so many models. Now, I've been making great progress this year. I've actually painted, you know, more this year than I did last year or the year before that. I've had a little bit more free time now that I'm not just moving, you know. Like last year I was moving, the year before that I was kind of heartbroken for a while, so I didn't end up painting as much. But I've been painting, and I just don't really, not that I don't care about new models, I just don't really want to buy new models right now because I have so many models, you know, and I keep saying that, and that's the fun trick we always trick ourselves into whenever we are painting models. It's like, hey, I'm done buying models, and then all of a sudden GW knows this, and then GW comes out with an amazing new model again, and you're like, oh, well, there goes my money again. Well, I'm done. I'm not buying any more new models. Oh, there's another new model. You know? And they're just awesome, cool models. And you want to buy them and you want to paint them. I have so many models left to paint. It's just not... It's not in my best interest to buy new models right now because I really should just buckle down and work on the models like this one that I have, right? And in a... You know, next week I'll probably be doing a army showcase video of all my Necrons. And that's awesome. I still gotta do one for my Tyranids. It's just there's a lot of Tyranids. I think I have like 10,000 points. I should definitely do a video of that. I also found a new Tyranid model to paint since starting Necrons. I found I'm going to modify it and paint like 2 arms for it, but it's a Carnifex that I used to have that I proxied as a Turvagon back when there were no Turvagon models, right? You know? Please, someone put in the link in the description below. Moxie Fruvis says, once I was the King of Spain. You guys will think significantly less of me afterwards. What else has been awesome? I've seen a few movies. I'm not going to do any spoilers. I called Ant-Man and the Wasp. The ending. Called it. Called it, called it, called it, called it, called it, called it. I'm not going to ruin it. Predictable. Yes. I really liked it, though. Ant-Man and the Wasp was good. Paul Rudd wasn't as funny in it, I found. I found that at a few points they were really stretching to try to make it funnier, but it wasn't as funny as the first for sure. But it was a good movie. I liked it. I really like Evangeline Lilly in it. And I really liked, I forget his name, Paul Rudd's friend in it, who does the recap. You guys know, whoever's seen it knows what I'm talking about. The recap of what's going on is just my favorite part of the entire movie. But it was really good. You know, I thought it was really well done. It fit well into the Marvel Universe. And of course, we all saw, everyone in the world saw Avengers. I missed a spot. See, Adam, I admit when I miss spots, and I also admit when you miss spots. This gotta be cool. Yeah, so after this I'll probably work on Knights, I'm thinking, and then after Knights, maybe a new army. I think an actual new army. I have a couple. I have a lot of models to paint. As I said, I have probably another 3,000 or 4,000 points of Space Marines that I can paint. I have tons of points just to paint. And I'm going to work on them over the next couple of years. Maybe this year, you know, if I keep working at this progress, by the end of the year, I should actually have made a significant dent. Now, the big one, I could probably spend almost a year just on orcs. Yeah, I could spend a lot of time on orcs. And so, when I eventually start orcs, I'm calling it, like, it's going to be the year of orcs. Maybe next year. Maybe I'll start in October this year, Orktober, and go into, like, Orktober next year or something like that. But I think there's a chance that I could fill my entire year. Maybe not. Maybe I'm exaggerating, but I think I do have a lot of models left. Maybe not. Maybe just like 6 months. Maybe only 5 months. It depends on how fast I can get these models painted. But I have a lot of points of orcs, which is why I'm kind of delaying orcs. Also, because obviously I'm waiting till the new codex drops, which will be in the next few months. Yeah. But I'm excited for that one. There we go. Look at that. Coming along well. That cleans up that really well. And then I'll do some greens, produce some OSL with an airbrush. I will hit, yeah, I should. Maybe I should do a little bit of the Arex Earthshade after that dries in those little crevices. But that's basically done. And I'll do the greens, and this part will be good to go. Yeah. Look at that. I just started painting this guy today. So I'm just relaxing today. I've run a few errands, but as you can see here, the Arex Earthshade is still very, very wet. So, let's see. Now I'll start painting the black areas on this model as well. Why not? What else have I been watching? I've been power watching Luke Cage. It's okay. Bit of pacing. I feel these Marvel TV shows could probably cut out, you know, a third or even half the episodes and still be just as entertaining. It's like, man, for a guy with superpowers, you don't see him use them very often. It's mostly just people yelling at each other. Yeah. Which isn't the most interesting. You know? He's bulletproof. And then there's the the main bad guy in season 2 is named Bushmaster. I'm not ruining anything. It's obviously known that Bushmaster is the main villain number 2 in season 2. And again, like, I'm like episode 7 or 8, and they've encountered each other for a total of like 3 minutes in the entire series. So, yeah. I'm just finding pacing. I like this. I like the storyline. It's a very interesting take. It's a very interesting... the way that it's written and directed and acted is very good, I find. And it's just... It's inner city New York. And it's very realistic, I find. The language is much more realistic than any other Marvel series because it's not safe. It's not a clean language. People swear in it. People say words I can't say in it, and I'm not going to repeat. But I do find it interesting because obviously, like Marvel's Avengers, there's that famous line where, you know, Tony Stark gets shushed by Captain America for using foul language. So I do find it interesting. It's a much more you know, realistic toned language for a series. So so it's been pretty good. Done. Look at that. He's good. He's good. The other guy, I really don't have a place to hold it. Maybe the arm. I should have pinned it and like held it like this on a pin, maybe on a touch of cork or something. Yeah. So, yeah, it's been a good show. The pacing, as I said, is slow pacing. What are you guys watching right now? I know I talked about the last episode, but let me know. What are your summer plans? Do you have any cool summer plans? You going to any summer concerts? Do any of you know Moxie Fruvis? The band. Or the artists. Feel free to, if you're friends with one of the members of Moxie Fruvis, feel free to leave that in the comments section down below. Let them know that I'm also fans of their music. It reminds me of this. There was this one post on my the Peterborough 40K 40K Facebook post. Like, when you play 40K, what song is in your head when you play 40K? And everyone else had this really aggressive, like, Slayer, you know. It was mostly metal. And then I decided, for my posting, I chose, you know what, I'll do black. Black would look really good on this too, instead of white. Yeah. So I thought it'd be funny. So my song for that answer was Playing with the Boys. For those of you a little younger, it's the beach volleyball scene song by Kenny Loggins from Top Gun. I thought it was pretty funny. I got some interesting responses to that. There we go. He's looking good. So the handle's painted. Yeah. I don't really have much more to paint right now. Unfortunately, everything is wet. No, that's all good. I don't want to start metals yet. And we're 45 minutes in, so you know what? I'm probably gonna now because I'm kind of out of things to paint on these two models. Everything's wet, and I really don't want to go near the shade because I'll you know, don't want to have to clean it up after. So I'm gonna end now. So that concludes another painting with Jay. I really hope you got some stuff done and enjoyed this time painting with me. You know, hopefully you're reading a world of unpainted models and you're about to start a new army too. As I said, by next week, these guys should be long done. I'm excited to have them all done on the tabletop, do a quick video of my army showcase, and start the next army, which, as I said, I think will be Imperial Knights. I'll build some Knights, have some fun painting them. So stay tuned for more videos. I really hope you enjoyed this, and as always, this video is brought to you by my Patreon subscribers. It's because of them that I keep making these videos for fun, and yeah, if you want to help me, please check out my campaign in the description below. Subscribe to my channel if you already haven't done so. And paint along with me. So as always, thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned for more videos and talking some of this JC. Happy painting with me.